Speaking of wanker sober, Chris, I know another YouTube creator you're very fond of. Nikocado Avocado, right?
Nick Avocado.
Nikocado Avocado.
Is he the guy that eats everything?
Yeah, and cries. Yeah.
The mukbang
What's the story behind him? I mean, I'm not as good as you are. Like you're like switched on.
I don't really know.
It's YouTube.
In the YouTuber law.
In with the crew, innit? And I'm like, I know fuck all.
I watched a 4-hour video about him that explained all his history, and I can't tell you anything about it.
Oh, the right opinion video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was basically a guy just was getting views doing mukbangs, got fat, and then kind of just...
But he used to be like a health conscious, like vegan YouTuber.
He used to be super thin.
Like super thin, super healthy. He used to promote like healthy eating.
Oh, that's quite an interesting character arc.
Yeah. And then he did one mukbang, saw how big it got, and then just spiraled.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's gotten to the point now where he is definitely playing a character.
Yeah, he's playing it up. He's completely like...
But he's also very.
But he's also eating the food.
But he's also killing himself.
It's
slowly,
it's method acting.
Yeah.
To the nth degree.
That's how I feel about eating fried chicken.
Yeah, I remember when Daniel Day-Lewis was eating all the fried chicken to get into character.
Oh man, that's sad though, isn't it?
Yeah, but mukbangs in general are like the saddest thing on earth.
Maybe I'll do it.
What are you going to do? We basically did those.
Oh, that's what
one soba is a mukbang.
That's what you did already, right? The ramen as well. And
Something
I'm as
so
bad as that avocado
but
man.
I feel like a one-off, you're like, all right.
What's his name?
Nikocado Avocado.
Nick Avocado?
Yeah.
Nikocado.
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 Yeah.
Nikocado.
Why is he called that?
I don't know.
Ask him.
Oh, where's his? How do I ask him?
I feel like mukbangs...
Bring him here. Bring him for me.
He's probably watched this clip. He watches all the clips about him.
Yeah.
And reacts to them.
He's probably going to react to
No,
this.
I feel like
Put your health first, mate. Don't get cholesterol like him. Sort it out. Yeah?
I think I don't want to, assume, but I think he might have higher cholesterol than me.
Really?
What? But so he was health conscious, but he just got rid of it. He just was like, no.
Because they didn't get views.
He didn't get views, yeah.
So money was more important.
Money and drama got.
Yeah, he basically chased the money and drama like train.
Yeah.
And then
Sad,
yeah.
So yeah, him eating unhealthy and drama got him more views, which in turn got him more money. So it was like a
endless spiral.
It was a spiral.
I mean,
this is the future of YouTube, though, isn't it?
No.
Just punishing yourself for views.
No, I mean, I've done that plenty of times.
just-
I think like a mukbang every now and then is like, all right, whatever. You're not putting your health at risk. But when you're like, here's my daily mukbang of 1,500 chicken nuggets, it's just like, maybe this is a slight bit
If you're doing
excessive.
like a Matt Stoney where it's like, eat a gargantuan amount of food once a month, but also work out vigorously in the middle, like, that's fine. But
that's what he does, right, Matt Stoney?
Well, I think a lot of the professional eaters, they eat that large amount of food, and then the days off, they pretty much just don't eat much. They eat very like precise diets.
So there's a science, there's an ethics.
It's like if you eat 7,000 calories, you've got to figure out how you can get that out of your diet, or you can have the lack of calories.
I think he messaged me once because he did the Monster Ramen challenge in Akihabara that we did, right?
Oh,
and,
okay.
But
he
so
completely
nailed
demolished
it.
that in like 3 minutes.
In a way that I can only dream of.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise he's actually quite good about it.
He's like one of the best in the world.
And an avocado man, just fucking every day, bucket of
Stop
shit.
calling him avocado, man.
I remember, I just picture like an avocado.
Well,
Nick Avocado.
I
right?
think I don't even think he can eat as much as Matt Stoney. Like Matt Stoney is like insane.
Yeah, that's not just like inhuman.
But like he's also like trained professionally, I guess, to the point of where he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Is he trained professionally?
Well, I mean,
he competes.
He's like the king at it. Like no one beats him. I think there's like a few other people who are as good as him. Like I mean, he's got a lot of the records.
I think most of the
Clearly
stuff
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
it's working.
I think the reason why he doesn't upload as frequently is not just for health reasons, but I think it's also because he's like doing like professional eating competitions. Like,
wow,
right.
I mean, I'm guessing it's still not healthy what he's doing.
No, you sent me a video of him just eating like 100 slices of cheese.
Oh, that was so gross.
That looks this. I wanted to throw up just watching that video.
Once he's had his first endoscopy, he'll think very carefully about his food fighting strategy.
I'm sure that man has like the best healthcare money can buy.
I think he'll just eat the camera.
Because what happened to that guy who did Man
3
vs.
minutes.
Food?
Adam something.
I was going to say Adam Levine, and I was like, no, that's
that's Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
I always thought that if Chris was American, that's how he'd look like.
Man versus food.
Just me with better teeth and the better jawline and just everything better.
Where's the Family Mart chicken challenge?
100 pieces of Family Mart chicken.
I am Adam Levine after Family Mart chicken.
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine's not his name.
After a bucket of chicken.
I mean, it's just depressing, isn't it? Like, I feel like there's only so much you can do before you're just like, I don't like this anymore. I'm just hurting myself. Yeah. I'm just in pain.
Did you not feel like that after you did your cup noodle challenge?
Yeah, I felt awful.
That's
why I only do it like once every fucking month.
After like one cup noodle, I feel like oily and salty.
I'm not eating it all, am I? I'm taking one bite of it.
Yeah, but collectively, you probably ate about 5 or 6 cups.
Yeah. Six odd cups.
You're a brave man. You're an idiot.
It's a lot of sodium.
Yeah, too much sodium. So too much sodium. Well, again, it's one of those things. Like, you're not doing it often, so whatever, really. I mean, cholesterol's still high, but you know.
Are you going to do more I tried XYZ videos? Or I tried everything?
There's just not that much to do. It's interesting.
We kind of covered it. We did crisps and it was pretty rubbish. It was just like, they all look the same.
But then it was also because I just moved in and like everything was a mess and we couldn't get any of the camera set up or lighting.
Yeah, we filmed in Connor's apartment and like he had no curtains.
Yeah, the curtains hadn't arrived yet.
To block out the sun, he used up like 20 boxes and a blow-up doll or something. His collection of dodgy videotapes.
He loved Mother's Nose Breast.
Mother Nose Breast. The masterpiece of our time.
He couldn't stop giggling when he saw it. He was like, "What is Mother Nose Breast?"
Did you actually watch it, or
no?
You should have.
What is Mother Nose Breast?
It's his favourite show.
It's a wonderful.
He uses these tapes to block out like the sun.
Yeah, well, it somewhat works.
Porn eclipse, like just block out the sun. But it was awful.
Solar eclipse of porn. It was it did not work well, and the crisps were they all were just so shit. There's nothing interesting about.
If it had been the UK, it would have been really good. Like Monster Munch, Quavers,
it was like US chips. Right?
Yeah.
It just really showed how depressing crisps are in Japan.
Yeah. What did somebody message me in the week and said, "Chris, you're friends with the Trash Taste lads?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, and, of course I am." And they were like, "If you next time you see them, tell them to stop going so hard on America. What have you done?" I think it was you as well. It was like, particularly in Connor. What have you said about America that's made everyone angry?
Don't know.
We've said a lot of stuff.
We've said
America.
a lot
No more than they've said about the UK, quite frankly.
What's your opinion of America, Chris?
It's right, isn't it? I don't. It's silly to make sweeping generalizations about an entire country of 330 million people. But if we were to do that,
it's not like I'm actually like generalising the entire population. It's just for jokes.
Well, no, I think in the UK we're like a little bit snobby towards Americans.
Of course we are.
Like, oh, fucking car in every garage, chicken every pot.
We're snobby
bollocks.
towards everyone. Let's be honest.
We invented the rocket engine.
Well, you guys
sold it
snobby
to the
towards
television.
yourselves,
And it's just like we are a little bit envious because we had an empire and then it was gone, and then America had a bigger and better economy and everything.
You could be worse.
Do you know what I think like British people hate about Americans? Is that they look happy. You know?
That's true. That's true.
You know, I think American
They hate what they can't have.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. 'Cause, like,
Happiness.
you look at American culture and
All that freedom.
and everyone's so optimistic and happy and like patriotic, and we're here just being like, country shit, innit? Like, what the fuck? The fuck? Why are they so happy? They're not allowed to be happy.
That makes sense.
What we should learn from Americans is good to like have dreams and be optimistic. We don't have that in the UK. I remember, like, I used to work in office and I'd be like, I want to start a business. They were like, fuck off and get me my tea, you little prick. And I was like, okay. And like, just having a dream in the UK, you just can't do that. You're not allowed. Shut up and make the tea. It's like, sit down, Icarus, get me my fucking tea. Like, it's horrible. The UK's horrible.
Could that possibly be a generalization as well? Or?
I do miss a
Just
pub.
imagining Chris being scolded is the funniest fucking thing in life.
It's British people, miserable, isn't it?
We are miserable.
I remember when Elon Musk came to the castle where I worked, right? My boss was really uptight bitch of a woman, and she's like really fucking, she's like really posh. Like when you work at a prestigious place, you get like really posh people, and I look down. She was like, there's American billionaires coming. He's called Elon Musk or something. He's started a company worth $300 million. Rubbish. And I was like, yeah, he's made a company called Tesla and SpaceX. You deal with him. I don't want to talk to him. I was like, he's a pretty big deal. What? She was like, really looked down on him just being,
why?
Just being American. There's nothing else.
He's
not
American. He's not American.
This woman, this person I worked with, I just hated him because he was like American, and he came with like lots of Silicon Valley investors and lots of
Right.
powerful
Why
people.
don't you pitch your idea to them?
I got an idea for a business.
That must be like the cringiest thing you could possibly do.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then they all just ha ha ha.
Well, it was really weird. I just didn't want to talk to him, and they like let
Weird.
me deal with him, and I had to like give him the birthday cake because she didn't want to. She was like this 15.
Weird.
Weird, isn't it?
Why?
Don't know.
Oh,
Maybe she owned a Tesla car and it was shit or something.
Odd, isn't it?
I don't want to hear about him.
It was very odd. Very odd. But we're talking to Garn before we came on about how like if you go to a nice restaurant in Japan, you don't feel judged. It's nice.
No.
If you go to a nice restaurant in the UK, like a Michelin star restaurant,
Shit.
you will feel like nothing. You'll feel like
you
shit.
feel out of place there.
The class structure in the UK is pretty powerful still, and if you go in a nice restaurant, you often they'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" Especially when you turn up dressed like me, they're like, "Oh gosh, what are you doing here?" The toilets are not here, so like it's just
They don't really care where you're from in Japan, but I feel like it does matter a bit in the UK. They're like, where did you grow up? And it's like,
It's just fascinating coming from a country that doesn't have that. They're like,
Yeah.
what?
Well,
What?
this is
Like,
what
how
happened.
does where does it start?
Oh,
Like, how do you
well,
distinguish between who is in the same class as you?
like
are?
accent and dress,
1,000 years of history and money.
Because there's like so much old money there, right? So it gets inherited down and they get brought up.
It just
in
sounds
their
like
own fucking circle, in their own fucking
it
environment.
just sounds like racism within the same race.
I mean, it's called classism, right?
Yeah,
There's a literal name for it, right?
You said somebody made fun of you for your clothes you're wearing or something.
Yeah, so I went to this fancy restaurant in the UK and someone laughed at us for wearing like Uniqlo and H&M clothes.
Disgusting.
Who
Disgusting.
laughed at you?
Huh?
What person was this?
Or like a waiter, or
No, just someone sitting at a table. We got looks for having like smart business casual clothes,
Yeah.
but obviously none of it was like name brands.
Imagine if I
Right.
turned up in my Primark jacket.
I was always of the mindset of like the real rich people, like actual rich, didn't feel the need to dress smart. They just turned up in like fucking pajamas to
No,
these
but
restaurants.
that's like American rich, right? Where people have new money. In the UK, there's old money, right?
Yeah.
Inherited and passed down.
Yeah.
it's like name value to the money.
I feel really out of my depth in London when I go back. I'm like, wow,
Yeah, me too.
Look at
Yeah.
this place. Like,
That's why I just buy anything I want on the menu at McDonald's. That's the real wealth.
That's the flex. That's the real flex, right
Do you
there.
guys want some nuggets? I suppose I could buy another
get
20.
the 20-piece set.
I'm going to ask
No
for
holds barred.
extra sauce.
Those bougie motherfucker with the 20
But
nuggets.
there's restaurants so shit in London. It's like London 5-star hotels are a joke. Like it looks like my grandma's bedroom. It's like it's old and quaint and it's been around for hundreds of years. And it's like, yeah, that's why my grandma still has the fucking bed. It's shit. It's like this fucking awful, like, you see these rooms. They have like a 12-inch screen from like the 1980s. They have these bed sheets that look like they're just decrepit.
Yeah.
This oak cabinet that looks like it's been around longer than like the entirety of London. It's just shit. And you pay like £400 a night.
Yeah.
You get nothing.
I mean, I feel Japan kind of has that as well with some of their ryokans as well, right?
I thought that until I stayed in some of the London hotels, and then I'd forgotten how
awful.
overpriced
London's
the service industry is in the UK. Because
shit.
for what you get in like the price you pay for, like you can stay in some like 5-star hotels or whatever, and you're
Really
paying
bad.
like 4 or 5 times the price you would in Japan, and it would be like half the size of the room with no service. It doesn't even come with toothbrushes. Like it doesn't even come with toothbrushes, which I think is like the
That's
bare
true.
minimum.
I remember that, yeah, because in Japan, even the worst hotel in the world that
I think it's
Connor and I went to,
environmental reasons, right?
we got a toothbrush, right?
I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't
It
use
was
it.
caked in like mold and every disease.
But it was there.
You had mold and blood in this
Yeah, it was-
room, but at least it came with a toothbrush.
Exactly right.
I think the UK doesn't do it for like environmental waste,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which also just suddenly lines up very nicely for these hotels because they don't have to buy toothbrushes.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So,
Yeah.
Where are the 5 stars coming from in that case? Just from the name
honestly,
value.
I don't understand how they get 5 stars sometimes because I think it must be location half the time. 'Cause I'm
Right.
like, a lot of these 5-star hotels are in amazing locations,
Yeah.
but the hotels are dreadful, really bad. Don't go in a 5-star hotel in London. Just go to like a fucking Premier Inn or some shit.
Yeah.
Airbnb maybe?
Yeah, Airbnb is like way better.
Yeah.
You get way better experiences
London
in
is pretty
Airbnb.
good, yeah. You
In,
can
in,
find
Yeah.
in England in general, like pretty much every hotel I've stayed in England is like not the greatest.
Did I tell you the time I got locked inside an Airbnb in England? I used to use Airbnb a lot, and then I stayed in Bath once for a holiday. A really nice town, city
Yeah.
called Bath, and it was in like an attic. It's like Quasimodo up there. But like the door wouldn't open. The door wouldn't open from the inside. So as I woke up that morning, I was like, I'm going to go for a jog around Bath, and I went to the door. It just wouldn't open. I was like, what the fuck? And there was no way I could open it. I rang up the guy. I was like, hey man, I can't get out the apartment. This is kind of weird. This hasn't ever happened in the history of ever. And he was like, oh, it happens sometimes. You sure it won't open? I was like, no. I was like, can you come and sort it out? He was like, well, I'm in Bristol at the moment, which is about an hour away. I was like, if there's a fire, I'm fucked. And I had to wait like an hour for someone to come and like open the door and let me out of the apartment. So I was locked inside. And that put me off Airbnb in the UK a little bit.
Yeah,
Did you leave a bad review?
I think I did. I was like, got locked in the room. That was 2 stars.
That's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
That is pretty bad.
That's the only thing that I sometimes don't like about Airbnbs, is that there's some weird, unpredictable just natures to the property.
I did it in Asakusa once, and the owner was like, just say you're our friends. Or, just say you're friends with Takeshi. I was like, yeah, all right.
It's weird, isn't it? Like,
if someone like bumps into you in the corridor, you're like, yeah, Takeshi's Tomodachi desu, yeah.
Also, if you're lugging around like expensive equipment, I wouldn't go on Airbnb.
Right, yeah.
I just don't trust it. Like if I have my laptop, camera, stuff like that, you've no insurance, you've no safety, and if someone else also has the keys, it's a bit worrying. Yeah. Obviously, the hotel has, people get keys as well, but you can at least, there's some level of safety there, and there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, hotels have cameras.
So it's it depends. If I was just traveling with me somewhere on my own, didn't bring my laptop, I don't give a fuck. I'll go stay on Airbnb.
And I tried to last week when we were trying to make a video, we went to this really expensive hotel room, a $12,000 hotel room, and I wanted to contrast that with something bad, like a bad hotel room or a cheap Airbnb. I'm trying to book 3 separate Airbnbs in Tokyo, and they're all like, oh, it's open these few days, and I booked it, and 3 times in a row I got rejected. They were like, no, we're full that day. And I got really angry and disappointed about that. I don't know if it's because I'm not Japanese. A lot of people said afterwards that they always book under a Japanese name. And I was quite disappointed about that. I was like, maybe it's because of the new Omni variant, and so they're being a bit wary because I'm foreign, but...
That's still fucked up, though. That's pretty fucked up.
Classic Japanese xenophobia right there.
Well,